It's time to jump into the luxury imports of Bowling Green Mercedes-Benz BMW Sports Webb with your host, Brian Webb. Also starring Danny the Limb Hartung, MLB Insider, brought to you by First Step Orthotics on the Bypass. WKU Sports Analysis with Garrett Browning, presented by Bowling Green Refrigeration, Heating, and Cooling. Also made possible by Poston Electronics. The one and only Vegas Frank Against the Odds, presented by JBK Network Consulting. Then, free golf tips with WKU Women's Golf Coach in Gary on the Green. From Bowling Green Fireplace and Grill, your Green Egg headquarters. Spotlighting high school athletics with the Culver's Butterburgers Player of the Week. The Coach's Pick with Damon Tabor with plaques from Oak Tree Awards. And all guests via the Linex of Bowling Green hotline. And now your host of the Sports Web. Here's Brian Webb.
Yes, everybody, it's time. It's Tuesday. It's 5 o'clock. You're off work. Oh, my gosh. The Limb is back after a 2-week hiatus. Big G-Man, Garrett Browning.
I was on the Linex hotline 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, that's right.
Clarification. Clarification. I did do it from my home, and
that was great. We enjoyed that.
Oh, man, the series was coming up. I had to go on, man. You got to do that, dude.
I played a little bit with some guys yesterday on some golf rounding.
Oh,
and,
nice.
I didn't hit it very good. Yeah.
I played.
Hit it terrible.
I brought this Kentucky boy out on Sunday, and none of our group really showed up. We had 3 of us. We had an absolute riot. This guy, he's from way out in eastern Kentucky, and he's just a big monster of a dude. His name is Luke Wilson. And he's,
you can't beat that.
Yeah, and
tight end for the Seahawks?
Yeah, well, now traded to.
Or Owen Wilson's
I don't know.
brother.
He was traded to. Where's he at?
I don't know.
Yeah, or Owen Wilson's brother.
Yeah, that was what the pros said. Owen Wilson's brother's here?
Idiocracy?
No, this guy.
I'm usually pretty good with keeping up with trades, but I got to be honest, I didn't keep up with the Luke Wilson dealing.
I want to say
he went to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I wanted to say the Steelers.
I think he went to Pittsburgh.
I wanted to say Steelers. I was afraid to misspeak, but yeah,
I'm not quite sure either. But no, we had a wonderful time, and it was good. It was good. Went home for the last weekend. Not last week, the weekend before, and saw Mom, had a nice little wedding, and unfortunately had to go to a funeral, but is a good person, and
you went for the trifecta.
Yeah, we did, dude. It was wild. We went to an old Irish wake, and I tell you what, it was...
laddie!
Dude, it was actually...
Anybody even killed?
Dude,
it was fun. Oh, yeah.
They were?
Bagpipes, everything.
You told
it was wild.
You told a little of that story when you were on the phone, I believe. And literally
they brought the body to this bar, dude.
And literally the next day, I saw a clip that got viral on Twitter, and it was an Irishman actually in Ireland that when he was buried, put in the ground, his whole family was there. They played a recording of him, obviously when he was alive, and he acts like he's trapped in the casket. And so his family's just laughing while he's being dropped into the ground because this recording of him trapped in the casket is being. So it was 2 Irish funerals in a row I heard about. I was like, man, I got to make this happen.
Frank Barrett is
I'm Irish. I'm doing it.
Is a very good friend of our family's. More so my wife's family. But
Danny, you got to be Irish.
I'm part, but more Scottish.
I'm more Scottish as well.
I don't fight. I fight. I just headbutt you.
That's exactly William Wallace on you.
Yeah. I'm William Wallace.
Did you like I made the clarification that he made the recording when he was alive?
But I'm glad that you. I wish you would have left it because it is Halloween. I forgot. This is the Halloween edition of Sports Webb.
And the guy. His wake, it wouldn't surprise me if he did something like that because this guy was really a super, super nice man and a great friend of the families. And it was good to see their family. And it was a beautiful wake, a beautiful funeral. And, went to a beautiful wedding as well. But, it was good to see my parents, my mother, and every sibling. I'm from a family of 8, and every sibling was there. And it's the first time we've been together for 10 years, and it was just wonderful.
Who won the fight for the last chicken? KFC.
You know what? We never ever had a whole dinner together because everyone was
doing their own
bashing
thing,
around. Yeah,
different ages,
but it was really cool. We had a lot of fun, and
that's
we did
awesome.
have a little skirmish at the
Not the wake.
No, the wedding reception. And
of course.
And I looked up, and
Is it a
Wedding
wedding without a
crashers.
skirmish?
Wedding crasher.
It was pretty cool, but. I'm talking
Any
to my
blood?
I'm talking to my brother. No, there was no blood. But I was talking to my brother-in-law, and he goes, "Hey, Danny, I think they need you up there." And I looked over, and I got up, and I said, "Oh my, all right."
All right.
So I stood up, made my way through the crowd, and quelled the thing very quickly.
Are we going to talk any baseball?
Yeah, let's
tonight?
talk. I'm sorry. I'm rambling on.
Garrett, you had a point. Make it.
But I have digressed.
Well, we got to go
guess
baseball
you have.
first. I've got a football question later. It revolves
Yeah, we'll do
around
that after
Halloween
the-
and
do that after the
scariness,
break.
but baseball first. I had on my show,
Dolphins
Danny.
record? That's
I do
scary.
deleted tweets and I give my hot take. I said Nats in 6 before the series. I felt
So did
really,
Frank.
really good after 2 games, and then here come the Astros.
Well, you know what? That wasn't a bad
do you
call,
lose
though. But
3 at
you know
home?
what? Who was picking the Nationals? No one. I mean, if this thing ended on a Nationals win, it would be the biggest upset in history in baseball as far as the odds go. Right?
Wouldn't be the biggest
In history, as far as the
Would it be?
odds go. Yeah.
Oh, as far as odds. I got you.
Odds-wise. As far as Vegas line.
I got you.
And I feel like that is just, it's kind of malarkey because when the baseball experts look at it, we talked about it before the series started. The first 50 games of the season, the Nationals were awful. They were almost dead in the water. The last 100 games of the season, 110 games of the season,
Which where it counts.
they were the best team in baseball,
Yeah, and-
arguably with the Astros.
At the starting of the year, best. I thought the Nationals in the National League had the best team in baseball. And you can go back on tape and I can roll that one. But on that,
Roll tape.
On that note, you could. You're absolutely right, and it actually makes the Nationals look like a joke, which is terrible right there because on paper they have the best team, even over the Dodgers on paper as far as hitting and pitching.
And what was the whole thing coming into the series, obviously, was the Astros pitchers because of the way they dominated the ALDS and then the ALCS. But you forget they got Max Scherzer. They got Steven Strasburg. Anibal Sanchez has pitched ridiculous, and
Pat
we haven't
Corbin.
talked about him.
And what a pickup Pat Corbin was from the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Yeah.
I mean, good Lord. And probably one of the best closers in baseball right now. But, to me, when the Nationals came in and won the first 2 games, they came in with a chip on their shoulders, and you know what? They proved it. And you know what? They're going to prove it tonight because I'm picking Strasburg and the Nats to beat them in their own home park tonight. And it's going to go 7 games.
And I brought up the
Booyah.
conspiracy theory before we went on air. Max Scherzer, he has muscle spasms. He doesn't pitch in Game 5. Garrett Cole, the ace for the Astros, does pitch. Obviously, the Astros pretty well dominated that game and get the win. But now we're hearing that Max Scherzer, he said today he was throwing on the field, and he said to reporters, I'm good. He's not going to play tonight. Obviously, Steven Strasburg's going to start. You have to win Game 6 to get to Game 7. But did they hold out their ace to save him for Game 7?
I would love to say they did, but
They're going to put him in anyway.
When I was driving home, someone said, "Scherzer's not pitching. Joe Russ pitched." I went, "What? That's ridiculous." But anyway, I got to thinking about that later. I go, healthy scratch? That can't be. But they said back tightness. I'm not buying it either.
Yeah, it started neck spasms,
Yeah.
and then it was back tightness. Who knows?
I have that every day. I don't care.
Haunted pain.
This man pitched with a broken nose. I know that's not part of
The
your
next day.
that's not part of your mechanics as opposed to your back or your
Shelley had a
neck,
paper cut on
but
his ankle.
Pain. It's
Yeah.
still, he has bones sticking
Well,
out.
it's just a little bit of bone sticking out.
I wanted to get to
Just
the
put the flesh wound.
I've got a great Halloween question
Who
for you
wants to
guys
laugh?
because there are a lot of scary NFL teams. And revolving around these scary NFL teams, there are a lot of scary NFL quarterbacks, and not in a good way. Who is the scariest NFL quarterback right now that you don't want on your football team?
Danny Dimes.
Danny Dimes.
Really, man? You went off the rails. I thought you liked Danny Dimes there after week 1.
After week 1, Danny Dimes came back to earth. I still have a little faith in Sam Darnold.
He'll be fine.
His second week against, the Patriots. I mean, those guys are killers right now.
Kyle Allen for me.
Yeah, I don't know.
He started really well. Obviously, that game last week was pretty scary.
I mean, that's spooky stuff right there. Count Dracula want to suck your blood.
I tell you what, who's scary? I'll give you who's scary
Moore?
right now.
Who's yours?
Mitchell Trubisky.
Oh, he is
dude, he was the starter, though. That's scary.
He's terrifying.
He's straight lurch from Adam's family right now. That's how scary he is.
He's
thing.
Did you see Matt Nagy's press conference after the game? The Bears just absolutely blew that game away.
He's a terrible coach.
They missed the field goal with Eddie Pinheiro.
So is Kitchens.
They took a penalty to back up 5 yards. So they weren't going to go for the fourth down, try and convert the fourth down for a closer field goal attempt. They ended up taking the penalty, then kicking the field goal and missing. And then in the press conference after the game, one of the guys asked him, well, did you think about passing the ball in that situation? And he said, we didn't think about passing or running the ball in that situation.
Well, what were they up to then?
So you just thought about taking a 5-yard penalty to miss that field goal. Is that what you're saying?
Yes,
exactly. Let's stand here and take one.
Plan.
But no,
I don't think Matt
insane.
Nagy
is much of a coach.
All right, let's take a quick one. We're up against it. Pay some sponsors. We appreciate it. Want to thank Post and Electronics, Danny. Come on board this month. We love having them. Mike Cornelius, the man.
Wonderful people.
Great people. I've gotten every stereo I've ever had installed in my life has came from that building. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here on the Sports Web, ESPN 102.7, 104 The Score.
Culver's wouldn't be what it is today without the family farms that grow and produce the wholesome, delicious food we so proudly serve. From the cattle ranches of the Great Plains to the dairy farms of Wisconsin and south to Georgia's chicken country, it's important to us to make sure farm families across the nation clearly see how Culver's remains committed to sourcing the finest ingredients America's growers have to offer and how thankful we are for their hard work and dedication. Culver's, Scottsville Road in front of Greenwood High. Welcome to Delicious.
Hi, this is Danny Hartung with First Step Prosthetics. Jeremy Harris and I would like to thank the people of Bowling Green and the surrounding areas for their support of the last 10 years. We are proud to announce that we have been celebrating over a decade of service to this community. We are going strong with the utmost care for our orthotic and prosthetic patients. We strive to provide the new and latest technology for the care of our patients and whatever their specific needs should be. Take the next step with us. Next Batteries Plus on the bypass, or visit us at firststepprosthetics.com.
JBK Network Consulting and Cisco Systems have long been partners in Hilltopper Country. We have served South Central Kentucky since 1992 and now serve customers throughout the Commonwealth and in 19 states. With the power of Cisco Systems, JBK Network Consulting offers a complete lineup of voice-over IP, wireless indoor and outdoor, and digital signage for both information and entertainment sales and services. Looking to expand or just want to start on rock-solid ground? Conveniently located in Bowling Green, JBK Network Consulting, where we are IP everything.
2020 sounds good at Luxury Imports of Bowling Green. Whether it's a Mercedes-Benz or a BMW, hear the engine on a test drive and you'll pick up a roaring 20 for yourself. Or maybe one of the last 18s and 19s with special deals and financing to close out the year. Everyone has a dream car, now bring it home. If Luxury Imports doesn't have your new or pre-owned BMW or Mercedes on the lot, management will find it and bring it. Fee-free to BG. Luxury Imports of Bowling Green, 325 Three Springs Road, online at luxuryimportsofbowlingreen.com.
Man, that looks rough. That one got whacked good.
Yeah, I do know I'm getting sick of cleaning it up.
But it's all about the pay in the long run, right?
Yeah, you're right, but it'd be easier the quicker the gloss and take us to Linex of Bowling Green.
Well, in the end, it's all about getting those hogs delivered, right?
You're right, but it sure is a mess. Forget about it.
Keep your bed easy to clean with Linex of Bowling Green. Truck accessories and more. Linex of Bowling Green on Louisville Road, Porter Pike intersection.
How much were your heating costs last winter? I'm sure too much. Mike Keith here to tell you how to heat your home for just $600 a year. Trust the experts at Bowling Green Fireplace and Grill to transform your old fireplace into a stunning source of heat with brand names such as Yodel, Fireplace Extraordinaire, Avalon, and Lopi, the Cadillac of fireplaces. Lopi's Cape Cod is the world's cleanest burning wood stove with unbelievable hybrid fire technology. Bowling Green Fireplace and Grill, just off the bridge on Old Louisville Road. BowlingGreenFireplace.com.
Yeah, we are here. I promise you. We're right here at the studio on Campbell Lane. You can come wave at us on your way by, over by Cry Like. Great place, Executive Realty here. Sponsors the U.S. Army Game Night. We're having a lot of fun. I was down at Logan County today. You're going to hear from two awesome young men later in the show, our Culver's High School Football Players of the Week. One Gary Hardy and one Anthony Woodard.
Man, those
producers.
I've called Warren East the last 2 years. I think the only team around this area that I haven't gotten to see is Bowling Green. I think Anthony Woodrum is honestly the best skill position player I've seen so far in the 2 years doing those Warren East broadcasts. He's talented to say. And they got a huge game this Friday, too.
South Warren's coming into town.
Yeah, actually, quick plug, Sportsline yesterday, we had Mansfield on, Tyler Mansfield.
Yeah.
He's going to be at that game. He broke it down just a little bit.
We're going to be at we're going to be at Warren Central, Russellville. I get to see the young Lennon Reese. I'm excited about that sophomore.
That should be a really good matchup.
It should be good. And I think Central might get that win, and I'd love to be there when that happens.
Absolutely. They've got the talent, man. I tell you, give Coach Carey 2 or 3 more years. Warren Central, they're going to be back to competing in the region.
No question about it. Danny, Lim.
B, you're hitting the road this weekend, going down to Arkansas.
That's next weekend,
not next
but
weekend.
Yes. So, I'm looking forward. Thanks, man.
For your beautiful face on television.
Yeah, well, I don't know. It's on CBS, but we're not televised.
Do you have to wear man makeup?
We'll be on 100 points.
Do you wear man makeup when they put you on there?
I've never had that. You know what? Don't do that at BKO. I wondered that the first time.
Tell you want some man makeup.
I was like, they don't have a makeup artist.
You know what I learned?
You need it, man, but they'll make you look like you're 16 again, brother.
You know what I learned? I know you're probably not going suit. You go suit a lot, though. I
do go suit.
It may be hot in Arkansas.
I don't go suit down there.
If you go suit down there in the hot weather, I figured this out. Thank you, Tim Tebow. All you have to do, compression shorts, compression shirt, all your sweat goes down into your socks and not onto your shirt and pants.
I don't know if I'd like that.
I don't perspire.
I'm just saying, if you need to look good on TV, there you go.
I'll be out of the coin toss. No, I'm excited about it. Enough about me. Let's talk about this NFL, what's going on. And it was a great question you asked everybody. Garrett, who's the scariest quarterback? Who's the scariest team?
Is this good scary or bad scary?
Yeah, let's change it up. Let's go good scary.
Okay.
49ers.
Man, are they for real?
I don't know. No, I think they're going to level off.
That's kind of mad. I mean, they're good.
You know what? Their offense is not very good. Jimmy Garoppolo's mediocre at best. They live and you're going to live and die by the run. They're going to start stacking the boxes on these guys. Matt Breida is beat up.
That's why they went and got Emmanuel Sanders.
Emmanuel Sanders is going to help them. But Ted Coleman blew it up last week, which is awesome.
Man, sitting on my bench.
Dude,
that's the worst
40 ball.
Listen to this. All right,
that's the worst.
A guy wants to trade me. I have Michael Thomas. All right, he wants to trade me Tev Coleman, T.Y. Hilton, and John Brown for one player. And
who was that first player in the trade?
T.Y. Hilton, John Brown, and Tevin Coleman for Michael Thomas.
Man, I'd probably have to take that.
I don't know, but would you like to take up 3 roster spots?
Exactly.
Well, here's what you've got to remember, though. When you get down to the playoffs.
That makes 30 guys.
When you get down to the playoffs, though, with injuries, plus you got some more buys that are coming.
This coming weekend's my bye weekend. I'm losing everybody.
See, that's it.
I could take it before that, but it doesn't kick in till Friday, and I need a Thursday night back. So
death is in the details.
I'm just
the bye week thing always gets me. Like, it depends on what your league is. If your league is built where almost every team makes the playoffs, then if you have a team of almost everybody with the same bye week, yeah, you're going to lose that week. But how much is it going to hurt you moving forward in terms of winning the overall thing?
My bad week is week 9. I have a lot of Atlanta players, a lot of New Orleans players, and I got a lot of Ram players. So I'm losing, Kupp, Goff, Thomas, Devontae Freeman. I'm losing, a good
now, obviously,
stack of them. So.
If you're in a league that does like a tighter playoff format in terms of like maybe your 10-team league and you get into a 4-team playoff, all of a sudden those bye weeks are going to be insanely crucial.
They can hurt you, yeah.
But if you have the huge playoff format where, 8 of the 10 teams get in.
Oh, yeah, I don't like those.
I don't like that either.
We have a 12-man, our first top 4 is 8, so. But, football's going to be fun this year. It really is. Because, there's parity this year. You get the 49ers are up there. Minnesota's starting to play really good football.
Don't forget
Green
those Saints.
The Saints.
They're creeping up on scary.
Yeah. But the Packers are playing great again. Last 3 weeks, Aaron Rodgers has been going wild.
Hey, I honestly thought Matt LaFleur and Aaron Rodgers, those were two. I don't think Matt LaFleur is a head case, but I thought Aaron Rodgers had so much of an ego that was going to be a really difficult relationship for them to try and win games.
Totally.
But my goodness, Matt LaFleur, he has done wonders with Green Bay. They're running the ball well. They have a good defense.
And don't leave Tannehill out. Titans are playing.
Back in the mix.
They got a little fire under them.
I like it.
And they're taking on those Panthers, and I see them winning that game.
Oh, I agree. 3 in a row, baby.
Favorable spread there, plus 3.5 on the road against Carolina.
I like it.
I honestly, I love that spread because if the Titans are going to lose that game, I guarantee you it's going to be a field goal at the very end.
When does Cam Newton come back, though?
That's the question. I think that's why they're a favorite.
Deadline when they trade him to Chicago for Mitchell Trubisky.
The trade deadline was like an hour, 2 hours ago.
So the Kyle Allen train that's left?
Yeah, 4 p.m. Eastern.
Was it 4? Oh.
So we'll talk about that next week.
So he's back.
I don't care. He can sit there and wear his
so. You heard it here first.
He can hear his weird hats and his weird scarves, but you know what?
Well, James Harden, have you seen some of his dress? I love the way
now he's got Russell Westbrook next to him. They're just trying to out-compete each other for worst dress.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah,
Harden's he's not as bad as Westbrook, but he's right there on that
How's
scale.
my Houston team playing? Are they okay?
You know what? They've played pretty well so far to start, and I saw on Twitter today they're plus 1,000 for the NBA championship. Somebody threw the $6,000 on that, so that would pay out $60,000 at the end of the season.
I think Houston might have a problem.
Well, good pun, brother. No, I liked. Remember, I liked Houston last year. Y'all asked me, and I kind of liked Houston. But
they played hard. Hey guys, we're going to come back here real quick. I'm going to get Coach Adam Gary. We're going to do Gary on the green. You'll fire the intro when we come back, and maybe a little Monster Mash or something if we got time. But we're going to talk to Coach Adam Gary, Lady Hilltoppers, Little Rock, Arkansas. They've won it all down there. 2 girls in the top 10. So we're going to get to talk to all the ladies, Lim. You in for that? Talk some golf?
I'm here, brother. I'm here.
All right, so don't go anywhere. We're going to get him on the Line X hotline when we come back on the Sports Web 102.7, 104 The Score.
The U.S. Army is offering up to $65,000 in student loan reimbursement as a new enlistment incentive. The program is available for nearly 50 different occupations, covering both full-time and part-time careers in the U.S. Army and Army Reserve. The total amount of loan reimbursement varies depending on the length of the individual's enlistment contract. For more information, talk to your local Army recruiter or check us out online at www.goarmy.com.
2020 sounds good at Luxury Imports of Bowling Green. Whether it's a Mercedes-Benz or a BMW, hear the engine on a test drive and you'll pick up a roaring 20 for yourself. Or maybe one of the last 18s and 19s with special deals and financing to close out the year. Everyone has a dream car, now bring it home. If Luxury Imports doesn't have your new or pre-owned BMW or Mercedes on the lot, management will find it and bring it. Fee free to BG. Luxury Imports of Bowling Green, 325 Three Springs Road, online at luxuryimportsofbowlinggreen.com. When Poston Electronics opened in Bowling Green back in 1974, it sounded more like this.
Turn it up, man!
Now Poston is as legendary as the artists Southern Kentuckians pumped through the speakers they've bought there for the last 45 years. Poston is everything audio with top brands like JP Audio and Alpine. From home theaters, boats, motorcycles, side-by-sides, custom work, installation, service, or sales, Poston still has the sound. Turn it up, man. Poston Electronics, across from Firestone on Broadway Avenue.
You're playing golf and you're going to like it.
Time to go home there, boss.
I can make it across.
Well, then do it.
We got all of that.
Why didn't you just go home? That's your home. Are you too good for your home? Answer me.
Knock it on. Let her rip.
It's in the hole. By the way, what did Mr. Webb shoot this morning?
It's time for Gary on the Green. Gary on the Green is brought to you by Bowling Green Fireplace and Grill on Old Louisville Road and online at bowlinggreenfireplace.com. Call 270-495-1131.
We do the mash. We do the monster mash. It was a graveyard smash. And these lady hilltoppers have been smashing some monster mashing right off the golf tee on their drivers. And took home a gold. We got him on the Line X hotline, our man. We're going to skip the tip tonight because we're going to hear from some of the girls. But first, Adam, welcome to the Line X hotline of the show, buddy. And, man, just tell us all about it.
Yeah, on our way back home with some hardware sitting beside me at the co-pilot seat. So bringing home a victory on our last tournament of the fall.
Man, you just can't wrap it up any better than that.
Yeah, no, I actually set a tournament record. 67, had rounds of 291, 286, and 299 today.
Wow.
Outstanding.
That is outstanding. You had 2 in the top 10.
Yeah. Mary Joyner finished 4th, and Megan Clark finished 6th.
Wow. They had it on. I mean, does everybody just have their game? Or was the course forgiving, or was it tough? I mean, tell us a little bit about that.
I mean, I think today played the toughest of 3 days. It was a little bit rainy, cooler, but it's not an easy golf course. They hosted a Web.com event here before, part of the Hot Springs Village. They've hosted many amateur championships also, but I think having it, it being a familiar course, but playing it last year really helped the team knowing what to do. And then Sarah filled right in. The girls helped her catch up with some of the local knowledge.
That's what teams do. They come together, they figure it out, and they get it done. Adam, I think in a second you're going. What was your biggest happy moment? And we're going to kind of gravitate. We'll start with Mary. She's in the top 4 there. We'll start with her in a second. But what was your big takeaway from the weekend other than the win? I mean, what was the turning point?
Right. I mean, obviously, I think it definitely carries some momentum into the off season. It's nice to finish on a high note. Obviously, doing the top 10. But I think the highlight was kind of putting a little challenge up for the girls the second round, seeing if they could shoot under par. I lost a little bet to them, so they've got some swag coming their way from that.
That's good.
They stepped up when they needed to. It was really proud of.
I love it. Lim's in the studio, Browning's in the studio. Let's hear from Mary first, Adam, if you don't mind. We'll talk to her.
All right, I'll pass it on back up.
What's going on, bro?
Hey, Mary Joyner, Franklin's favorite. Great job, 4th place. What was your highlight of the week, Mary? Other than winning, or other than you gals winning it, what was your individual highlight of the week?
I'd say my highlight first round, I went bogey free, and it's been a while since I've done that, so that's good.
It's been a long while for us.
Mary, this Danny the Limb, they usually kick me out by now, but if you're going bogey free, I need some lessons there, girl.
She would be a great one to give you some lessons.
Absolutely. I'll bring you down to Temple Hills down in Nashville.
There you go.
Play some golf.
Mary, describe when you all, the last score comes in, you knew you had it won. Describe the celebration.
Yeah, so we all went off in a shotgun today. So Megan and I finished on 18 together. And so I got done. I was like, Meg, how'd you do? Like, how'd the team do? And she was like, yeah, I think we won. Nice. So then we had to wait for Abby, Bailey, and Sarah to come in. And we saw them. We were just like, oh, it's pretty cool. But there's other teams around, so you've got to, kind of contain stuff.
Yes.
But we were all pretty pumped.
Yes, control the emotions. Mary Joyner, you're amazing. You got one for her real quick, Garrett?
I was just hoping more for a Ryder Cup celebration at a certain point. That's for later in the season, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's...
like channeling like our Passion Creek. Yeah.
Exactly.
Indeed.
Exactly. Mary, congratulations.
Like the crowd.
Yeah, exactly. You know what you're doing down there.
Good job, ladies.
I wish we all could have been there to watch it culminate. That's awesome. You're an incredible golfer. Let's hear from Megan real quick, if you don't mind, Mary.
Yeah, here's Megan.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hey, Megan Clark, how you doing, girl? You did great, didn't you?
I'm good, thanks.
Well, what was your one shining moment? We're just dying to hear. I mean, congratulations first of all, but what was your one takeaway where you're like, man, that was a crucial hole or that was a crucial save or putt? Think of something.
Well, I'd probably say after shooting like 3 over the first round, and then for the second round, out and embedded the first 4 of the 5 holes to shoot 68. That was pretty cool.
Man, we could just have you talk for like 4 hours on the Sports Web. It's so great. Well, and I want you to, in your words, we'd love to hear, what was the celebration like? Mary kind of told us. What was it like for you?
Yeah, like Mary said, we did have to wait for Sarah, Billy, and Abby to come in. But once we'd realised that we were all really happy because we knew that we'd all worked hard all week and we'd all contributed really well. So, yeah, we were really happy.
Wow. And you finished 6th?
Yeah.
Wow. What? Now, you've almost won a couple times, haven't you? Or is this your top finish?
Well, I did win the tournament this time last year.
Yeah, I thought you did. That's awesome. Incredible what you all have done. And, I mean, I just can't wait to see next year, where you guys take it from there. But congratulations on a big win. Who you got next to you we can chat with?
I've got Sarah Arnold right here next to me.
Yeah, let's talk to Sarah.
Okay.
Sarah, smile.
Sarah, what a great win. Obviously, all of you had a lot to do with it. But what was your big takeaway? Like, what was your moment of the week that you were like, okay, that's huge right there?
Probably on hole 18 of my second round, I drained a 40-foot putt for birdie.
Very good. How long have you been playing golf, Sarah?
Probably 6.5 years.
Oh, that's it? Oh, my gosh. So see, young ladies out there listening, young guys that have not gotten the game of golf, it's not too late because Sarah is absolutely living proof of it. Do me a favor. Describe Adam when you all hoisted up the trophy there. Give me his facial expression. How happy was he?
He was really happy, and he was super proud of us.
Of course he is. What a great coach. What a great coach. Great job, young lady. Lindsay Lloyd with you? Who you got in there next?
I have Lindsay, but here's Abby.
Oh, yeah, Abby. All right.
Hi.
Hey, tell us all about this win. I mean, from your words, how good did it feel?
Felt really good. It's been myself, really, and Matt. It feels really nice to get a good start for our spring semester.
Yeah, that's the course played a little tougher today. Coach said, was that the case for you?
Yeah, it was quite rainy and the course was damp, so the ball wasn't going as far. So yeah, it did play a bit harder to do.
How was your putter working, Abby?
It was good and bad, but I had to put to the end. So I was kind of happy how I finished out my round.
Yeah, it's funny how you can make that 10-footer uphill for birdie and then turn around and miss a 5-footer for par. I mean, that's the worst, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, listen, we want to congratulate you. Go ahead. Yeah.
Well, I made the Ryder Cup joke earlier. Is there an inter-squad Ryder Cup between the European and the Americans? I mean, do y'all ever get at it?
Yeah, we actually had that weeks ago now, and it was high. So we have to get up semester in Europe.
That is, you guys are so incredible.
That's awesome.
I mean, we are such huge fans of you all. And listen, we want you got any more girls? I don't want to miss one of you. We get ready to have to go to break, but I don't want to miss anybody. We got anybody else?
We've got senior Bailey Tyree right now.
Bailey? Yeah.
Hello.
Hello, Bailey.
What's up?
Nothing much.
You guys going to party hard tonight?
Yeah. Go hit
Probably
the books.
not.
You guys travel safe on that trip home, guys. Congratulations from us over here at the radio station.
Thank you.
What was your big takeaway? What was your one shining moment where you were like, did you make a long putt, or was there a chip that you nestled up there for a save? I mean, what stands out from the week? What's that one hole that stands out?
Probably the first day, hole 3. I drank like a 50-footer for birdie.
That a girl started right top. We like it.
Set the
Shooter.
tone. She set the tone for the whole week.
Shooter McGavin.
I love it. Well, listen, we don't want to, but we're up against the break. They're making us go to break. Tell Coach we love him, and we love all you gals, and hooray, hooray, hooray.
Congratulations, ladies.
Big dub. Yeah, Lady Tops. We'll be right back. We're going to hear from Vegas Frank when we come back, and then we got the Culver's Players of the Week. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. 102.7.
Hello, Vegas. Give me 100 bucks on red.
$200 in chips, please.
Are you a professional?
What's your bid, sir?
Bet.
Hit me.
It's a bust.
Whoa! I am on fire.
Oh, he's good. He's good.
You're a winner!
Against the Odds with Vegas Frank is brought to you by JBK Network Consulting. JBK Network Consulting. We are IP everything. Working with complex organizations to achieve measurable business outcomes is what we do. Let Jim Grant and JBK Network Consulting go to work for you. Call 270-796-8935. Visit JBK Network Consulting at 1143 Fairway Place, Suite 105, and online at jbk.net.
Welcome back to the Sports Web, the one and only Vegas Frank. It's time for Against the Odds, all the way from sunny Las Vegas, Nevada, on the Linex hotline. Linex Bedliners, Roger and Gina. Get over there to Louisville Road, Porter Pike intersection. Give them a look. Take care of that truck. What's up, Frank?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Man, I tell you, I know it's Tuesday. That's for sure. There's no doubt about that. It's been Tuesday all day. Trade line's already passed for the NFL. We're going to chat more about that when the smoke clears next week. But I thought we would focus on some NFL, maybe some Hilltopper football and basketball. Got a game coming up, first game coming up. And we want to keep that train rolling for the Hilltoppers on the football field, the gridiron. But a lot of stuff happening. What's going on in Las Vegas?
Right now, this past Sunday, a lot of people are talking about the World Series, obviously. I mean, a lot of action on that over the weekend because you had the 3 games all weekend. But everybody's, excited because last Sunday was the only day of the year where you would get a hockey game, a basketball game, a football game. You had all 4 sports. You could watch all 4 sports on Sunday. It's the only day of the year that happens.
That is
because
awesome.
because of the World Series and everything else starting.
Yes.
It's the only day of the year where you watch all 4. And I'm happy to say I watched one of all 4 sports on Sunday. I hit for the cycle.
Yeah.
the couch cycle. I watched all 4 sports.
That's so funny. I was thinking you hit for the cycle in my head, but you added the couch cycle, and that made it way better than my thought. Dude, that's great. We're on the same page, Frank. Man, I tell you, first of all, the Niners dropping a 50 burger. Ouch. Carolina Panthers in trouble, and they're coming to see our Titans this week, and we're going there one, and it's not going to be pretty. I mean, I can understand why the Titans are favored, but what do you think? I mean, is this where Carolina's gets the man back behind center, or how's that going? It's 3.5, and I think you gave me the total was like 41 or something.
Yeah, the total's at 41. Line is 3.5 currently. Titans favored. The Titans had established the run early. I mean, this is going to be a game. This is a team that really isn't stopping the run whatsoever. I mean, you just look at what the Niners were able to do on Sunday against this Carolina defense. If Tennessee is able to establish the run early, they're going to be in good shape going forward. The Panthers right now are in trouble. I mean, they're not stopping anybody. So
what happened to that defense, Frank? I mean, they weren't that bad at the end of last year.
I think what it is, it's eventually you get worn down and you're on the field so much, you're taking a pounding so much. I think it's just it breaks their spirit a little bit, because they're not able to extend drives. McCaffrey is a special kind of player. He's dynamic, but he is not going to be an every down back where you're going to pound the ball with him. You need to have something that's like a change of pace kind of guy, maybe like a Mark Ingram kind of guy that they should have. They kind of change the pace with them and able to be able to extend drives and to keep that defense, rested. Because I don't care how good your defense is. If you're playing 12 and 15 play drives against that offense, you're going to make Jimmy Garoppolo look good. So it's rough right now.
That's true. I tell you what, man. Here was a
a gut wrencher for me, and I'm not a Saints fan, but I'm a Teddy Bridgewater fan. And, man, for him to come in and do what he done, and obviously they did make a mistake by putting Drew Brees, but it's his team. I get it. It's just it's one of those times in sports when you got to look back and be like, man, I just don't know if you take him out. At least, give him another week to rest. And I don't know. I guess you got to take him out sometime, right?
Yeah, no, you're right. And again, Teddy's, he's helped himself out a lot. He kind of redeemed himself early on with all the problems with the injuries. You mentioned that you pull for Teddy Bridgewater. So do I. I love to watch him play, and you got to be healthy. Your number one ability in the NFL is availability, and he hasn't been able to play that much. So you take advantage of the opportunities. But this Saints defense has been playing out of their minds, and they're really bonded as a team, and they kind of rallied. I mean, people are kind of writing them off, when Brees gets hurt against the Rams. But this is a team that just kind of like they're moving right along, only with the one loss. The Saints look good. They're going to be – I can't wait for the NFC playoffs. I'm not really excited about the AFC at this point, but I can't wait for the NFC playoffs.
Yeah, same here, man. Looking forward to that for sure. We've had – like you said, there was so much going on this weekend. Your head had to be on a swivel, basically. But anything else coming out of the NFL this weekend that you'd like to touch on before we move on?
Well, we're just trying to figure out, what the identity is of the Browns. Are they going to? They've had the toughest schedule so far of anybody else in the league, of anyone in the league, and now their schedule is going to get a lot easier. If they're going to make this move, they thought that we're going to see them as a playoff team. If they're going to make this move, they better start, because now you're in a situation where you're playing catch up instead of doing maintenance. Yeah. It's a lot easier to maintain something than to fix it. And right now, they need to fix it, and then they got to maintain it. Freddie Kitchens seems a little lost.
He does, man.
Yeah.
I mean, he's in the bathroom instead of the kitchen. I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe he's in the backyard. He can't find.
Yeah, he's in the outhouse. He's first oak tree on your left is where he is, and he needs to work his way back to the kitchen and get up there to the appliances and get them turned on. I don't know, man. I don't know if he can handle it or not. I just don't know if he's the right fit for that. For those guys, you'd like to see them with somebody like Gruden or something, getting them ready. And it just didn't happen that way. We'll see what they can make out of with the easier second half of the schedule there, Frank. I like the way you put that. Hey, real quick, we're going to move on. We're going to talk to WKU Hilltopper football. Florida Atlantic coming in. One of those teams. They're not terrible, but they don't match up with us real good. I think they're 5-3, but as we are, but a little bit different situation. They don't have a defense like we have. I mean, they're not terrible, but I like the Tops in this one. And what's the line in that one, Frank? Coming out of Las Vegas,
the line is currently Western is favored by 2.5. Total is at 48.
I like the over in this one because our running game is starting to heat up, and Story is probably going to be a little looser in this game because we're not facing a really, really good defense. They did put up 41 and held ODU to 3 last week, but I just don't see that. Different game, different team. 1-7 Monarchs are not going to be. It's not like they're facing them again. They're facing our defense. They do have Chris Robinson's a decent quarterback, and they've got a good rusher, Antone and D'Angelo, and then you've got some other guys in the receiving core. They've got a guy that's really good, and then D'Angelo also catches passes out of the backfield, which helps. But I just don't see them getting around the ends of the Tops D. But Harrison Bryant, one of their receivers, always tallies up some catches. I think if we just shut them down, force them to run the ball, we're gonna win going away in this one. But I like the Tops actually to put on 30. We haven't put 30 on the board, I don't think, this year. We may have once. I think we did once, maybe against Army. Yeah, I like 31-17 Tops, man. I like the over.
Yeah, I like the way you think. I think it was Charlotte. I think the Western scored 30.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah. I think you're right.
Yeah. I think that the way that they've got to establish the pace early, but yeah, I think that they match up really well with FAU. I think they have a lot of favorable matchups all over the field. Spread the ball down, get Story in a rhythm early, and I think they're going to be looking good. But yeah, I like the over, and I like them laying the 2.5, 3. I see them winning in it I think it's a double-digit win, maybe like an 8 to 11 point win, something like that.
I definitely see that happening, Frank. I would load up on the tops on this one. Before it moves, it could go to 4, 4.5. You never know. So you want to get it.
No.
You want to get it like it is.
No, you're right, and it's an ESPN Plus game. So if you have the ESPN Plus app, you can see it, get it. If you don't have it, it's great because I get to watch all my soccer. And they got everything. They got all kinds of stuff. But you can watch the Western on the ESPN Plus.
Yeah, it's worth the $6 or whatever for
yeah,
sure.
It's worth it.
Absolutely worth it. All kinds of content. Real quick, we'll talk about it next Tuesday. But Top's going to be rolling into Arkansas, man. Going to be taking on the Razorbacks. Yours truly will be on the sidelines filling in for one Terry Obie as the sideline reporter with Randy Lee and Leo Peckinpah. Pretty cool, huh?
I'm excited for you. I have one question.
All right.
Are you going with the 3-piece suit? Are you going to have the comb over going? Are you going to have the logo tie? Or are you going with solid colors and stripes? What's the plan?
I do have a logo tie. I don't know how good it'll show up on the radio, but I'll have it.
You look great on radio.
You look so good on radio. No, it's cool. I'm it's one of those things where it'll be something I'll remember the rest of my life, standing in an SEC venue, on the radio, and it's CBS televised, so you might get a glimpse of old Bush on the sidelines there.
I'm excited. It's really honestly, that's awesome. I'm so happy for you.
I just thought, man, the coolest thing was them thinking of me. I thought that was above and beyond. There's so many people they could have taken, and they called me. I thought that was awesome. But hey, let's talk real quick. Hilltopper basketball. We got one coming up real soon. I think it's, what'd you say, Tennessee Tech?
Tennessee Tech coming up on Saturday. Tennessee Tech doesn't really rank that high. This game is probably going to be a blowout.
Oh, yeah.
Going away. Western, we get to start seeing these guys kind of showcase this team that, we're assuming they're going to be a tournament team. They're going to be making some major strides this year. Coach Stansbury and these guys, it's going to be fun to watch this season. And, we're looking forward to this.
Can't wait, man. I can't wait to see Big Charles Bassey out there, NBA prospect. We got Josh Anderson, who I would think is an NBA prospect. Tavion Hollingsworth, can't wait to see him in his veteran years as a Hilltopper man. My man Jared Savage from Warren Central. Going to be doing some good things this year, and a lot of other guys to go in the mix that we don't know a lot about, but we're going to see, like Cameron Justice, some of these other guys that we haven't seen yet really in action. I think they're going to fill in the Jenga pieces, if you will, Frank, from last year that we may not have had or not have had consistently. So we're looking forward to some Hilltopper basketball. Man, you're listening to Vegas Frank, brought to you by JBK Network Consulting. IP everything. Get a hold of Jim Grant over there. We're closing it up here. Got a few minutes to go, but we're going to talk a little bit about some UFC at the end here. But let's gravitate towards the national. Let's talk NBA. I think your pick for tonight is Astros in 6. I think that was your pick early on before the series started. So that looks good, Frank. So we won't spend any time on that since Danny talks about it. But let's talk a little bit of NBA.
Well, right now we're trying to figure out if Houston has a problem or not. We think they may. Westbrook and Harden, once you separated these two guys, you had that holy trinity in OKC a few years back. All these guys have won MVP trophies, and they've been able to showcase their talents, separately. But you're reuniting these guys on the same team, and they're really not able to kind of figure their identity out yet. So you want to see Harden, be able to create. Westbrook also has to do his thing, and I'm more interested in seeing what Westbrook is wearing to games right now than seeing these guys compete on the floor. This is a team that's got to figure it out, and they've got to figure out in a hurry how to play off of each other. And it's going to be hard because the NBA is not changing the rules. You're not going to play with 2 balls at once. So they've got to figure this out.
So basically, you're saying they're the ambiguously play duo.
That's fair. Yeah, I would say that's a good analogy.
Because we just don't know. We don't know which one's going to get most of the touches there, and on the court. I mean, it's hard to say. So they're the ambiguously dynamic duo, basically.
There you go.
I like it, man. I'll tell you. But let's move on. What do you see? Who looks better than you thought they would in the NBA, Frank?
Oh gosh, the Nets look a little bit better than I thought they would. The Phoenix Suns. I mean, the Suns look like they're kind of growing up right in front of our eyes. Booker is definitely making a step. Adding Rubio to that mix in Phoenix has definitely helped solidify the point guard position. The Suns team is kind of growing up. Are they a playoff team? I'm not really sure, but they're going to be making strides. They've got this homegrown talent with guys like DeAndre Ayton. Obviously, they're going to build. That they're a team that's they're interesting to me. They're league pass worthy. If you got league pass, they're league pass worthy. Check them out. Nice. If you don't pass out before, watch them, because I know they start a little later than usual, but they're worth a watch.
All right, real quick, do you think this is going to be a fun NBA season like last year, or do you think it's going to be a weird year?
It's going to be both. It's always going to be a little off, just because we're always going to be guessing what if, because we don't have Klay Thompson and we don't have KD. Yeah. Think about this. We don't know if the Warriors are a playoff team.
That's true.
They were in the finals for 5 years.
We don't know. That right now they don't look like. Even Draymond Green was quoted saying, "We're still not very good."
Yeah. So we don't even know. We don't even know what they are. The West is more wide open than people think. They think that it's the Clippers or Lakers or whatever. It's more wide open than we think.
Oh my goodness! Hey man, we got a minute left. Why don't you break down this MMA for us real quick before we close?
Well, we're going to get the return of Conor McGregor, that short-lived retirement that everybody was expecting. About 6-7 months of his retirement, quote unquote. But he is back January 18th. 2020.
Yeah.
We don't know who he'll be fighting. There's rumors from everywhere from Justin Gage to a rematch with Habib, Dustin Poirier, Joey Ferguson. We don't know. But he says he knows, but nobody else.
Of course. Do we know where? Do we know where, Frank?
It's going to be in Vegas.
All right. T-Mobile?
Yes.
Wow. I might see you. That's a big weekend. I turned 47 right there in that same 24-hour stretch.
I'm ready for you. We'll come on. We'll go stay at Conor. We'll stay at McGregor's house.
He'd probably have us too. That's great, Frank. Always a pleasure, man. I appreciate you. Give me real quick Titans prediction in that Carolina game before we go.
Titans. I don't think it's going to be that high scoring, but I'm going to say Titans 23-20.
And that's with 2 Derrick Henry touchdowns.
There you go.
All right, man. Appreciate it. Vegas Frank right there against the odds all the way from Las Vegas, Nevada. We'll be back next Tuesday, Frank, and we'll catch up with you again, buddy. Talk some sports.
Sounds good.
All right, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Sports Web, ESPN 102.7, 104 The Score.
It's time for the Culver's High School Football Player of the Week. Visit Culver's at 4903 Scottsville Road for some delicious burgers.
It's time for the Culver's High School Football Player of the Week. Brings me down to Logan County, to the Phenoms. I'm looking at both of them right now. Gary Hardy, big running back down here, putting in work his whole career here at Logan County, done some great things and still doing it. Hope to see him carry that on. And one Anthony Woodard, man, I tell you what, these guys, unbelievable. We were going to hang out with Ezell. We had him on earlier this year, but I brought his plaque down as well as these guys' plaques from Oak Tree Award. Guys, Culver's High School Football Player of the Week is a cool thing. Been doing it a long time. You guys are, I'm such a closet Logan County fan, man. It shows when I talk about you, and, I love Coach Adler, but I want to highlight you two guys. We'll start with Anthony, man. On the year, 36 catches, about 700 yards, 14 TDs. You're averaging about 90 a game. Is there one that you just can't go up and get? Tyler usually puts it around there, don't he?
Yeah, I mean, when he throws the ball, it's pretty always on target. He might throw a bad pass every once in a while, but usually the next pass, he makes up for it, throws a real good pass.
Man, the offensive production that you guys have been doing. And, you had that one hiccup there, I guess, with Hop. And that was – we weren't ready for that one. But I know you guys – you get a little banged up that game, too. I mean, coming off that's that fall break time. It's a weird time. Gary Hardy, 900 yards on the season, big boy. 98 touches, 10 TDs, 100 yards per game. You're just production city out there, but you're quiet, man. You don't ask for the ball all the time. You just do with what you need to do with it when you get it, don't you?
Yeah, we got other playmakers that, that can make something happen.
Yeah, that you do, man. And we could talk about Jordan Sales and some other guys on D. But really, what do you think, Anthony, makes this offense click?
The chemistry we have, the bond that we all got going into a game, just hanging out with each other all the time. We just stay close.
Gary, what do you think? What do you think the chemistry is? I mean, in your words, how do you guys gel? I mean, you hang out off the field, too. I mean, you guys are always kind of together.
Yeah, we know what to say to each other to push each other, keep us going whenever we feel bad. So we just pick each other up, but I don't know, really.
Man, I know one thing. I got a feeling I'm going to be seeing both y'all play on Saturdays, and that's really cool. But before we get to college, you still got some unfinished business down here for the Cougars, man. Gary, what's short of making a deep playoff run are you thinking? I mean, nothing less than that, right?
Yeah, nothing less. We're going to state. We're going to state.
Oh, I love it, baby. Listen, I believe in you wholeheartedly. Anthony, what would be a nice icing on the cake for this season?
Just got to do the little things, put everything together, work harder, make each other better, and do what we need to do.
Man, that's good stuff. Wise words from these young men down here, these two Cougars. Big fan. Real quick, I want to ask you a couple cool questions here, not related to football. Who got you? Actually, it is related to football. Who got you around the game, Anthony?
Really, I started out playing travel football with Coach Baptiste, the former coach called Impact. We was pretty solid. I just fell in love with the game then.
That's great stuff, man. That's great stuff. Gary Hardy, who pulled you into this football arena?
It was sort of like my stepdad. He told me a little bit about it. Then told me, you'll like it. It's a lot of physical. And I said, all right.
Man, thank God for him, man. I'm so glad he got you around it. All right, if you're coming out of the locker room, all right, let's say both of you playing some big SEC venue next year, and you're getting pumped up in the locker room. What's coming through the earphones? What are you listening to, Anthony?
A lot of NBA YoungBoy, I just like his music, the vibe he put off.
You wouldn't believe it, man. Almost every time I ask that question, I get that answer. Gary Hardy, what are you jamming to, man? Let's hear it. I want to hear it. If you got it on your dial, what are you wanting to listen to?
Some old school music.
I like it. Like what? Like who? Like Run DMC?
Yeah, all of them.
Yeah, I love them too. Guys, it's so much fun hanging out with you. Good luck this weekend against South. I know you'd like to win that one, wouldn't you?
Yeah, for sure.
And preparation's been key this week.
Yeah.
Are you guys pretty healthy, Gary?
Yeah, I say we are.
How big would a W be right here against these Spartans?
It'd be real good. We'll get home playoff advantage. Ain't got to travel nowhere. We'll be set, locked in a good spot.
Anthony Woodard, Gary Hardy, Culver's Players of the Week, man. It's great, big duo down here. Big time production this weekend. Good luck against the Spartans. We'll be right back on the Sports Webb, ESPN 102.7, 104, The Score.